and finally over to Murad.
You know, I tell you that this week has been an amazing experience, and I think that, culminating with where I'm sitting today, wasn't necessarily the objective. I mean, the objective was to come here, have an opportunity to meet, let's just put this all in context. The average growth rate of the winners, 42% over the last 3 years, annually. 427,000 jobs created, $50 billion in sales. I mean, this group of people are amazing. And that was the process, right? To come here, prepare. For me, it became a part of re-examining a 13-year journey that started in the basement of my house. I say I did what every young entrepreneur does. I thought about the world and realized that the world needed to feed 10 billion people. Right? And, when we look at the journey to bringing affordable protein to the world, Canada had a role to play. So I quit my job, moved to the basement of my house. My lovely wife, Michelle, who's sitting in the front row, and she's the one who deserves all the applause. She was 6 months pregnant with our twins, and I quit a job that was in government, that could have been a government job for life, to start this company. And their vision was go farm to farm, convince Canadian farmers to grow lentils. And to be here today reflecting on that and the social purpose and the extraordinary entrepreneurs that are in this competition and the judges and what I learned from my prep judges and the judging panels. I mean, it's been reflective. It's been something that I think has made me a better entrepreneur already. And I'm really looking forward to continuing to share that. So, kind of sitting here on Canada's 150th anniversary, which I think is really something, as an immigrant, from Turkey who grew up in rural Canada. I grew up in a little farming community of 1,200 people. And, to come from those beginnings in the middle of rural Canada to sitting in a stage in Monte Carlo in front of you, talking about being the entrepreneur of the year in the world under the EY competition, wow, I never could have expected it.
Great story. Thank you so much. We're happy to take your questions now.
You said you learned so much during that competition. What exactly are your takeaways as an entrepreneur from this event?
I think one of the things I actually said is that, a lot of entrepreneurs, we know our businesses very well, and we know, we're very passionate about our businesses, but, I can tell you that this competition, was very much like new business ventures or new pursuits in my business. It's all about preparation. I mean, there's a tremendous amount of effort that goes into preparing your submission. I mean, you're competing. 10,000 companies started, and there were 49 companies here today. And, we're talking about 49 of the best in every region of the globe. So preparation was key. I think I learned from a lot of my other entrepreneurial colleagues, one of the things that's really guided me and it's guided a lot of them is, you'll hear the term entrepreneurs should have no fear. And the reason I don't have fear is I research and I calculate my risks. I don't just take unknown risks. The fear comes from not knowing what the outcome is going to be. Right? I may not know which one of the 3 outcomes are going to happen, but I know there's 3 outcomes. So, I think that's one thing that comes back to preparation, risk, knowing your business. So that's, one lesson. One more I just got to throw out. I saw great entrepreneurs here, and everybody had a very common philosophy. Everybody is surrounding themselves with people that are almost entirely different than themselves. So this is, I think the key to entrepreneurial excellence is have a team that complements you. This, yes person mentality of having the same kind of people around you. That's certainly not something that plays well. And then one last, diversity. To see the perspectives, of the female entrepreneurs, the female leaders here, the different cultures. I mean, Canada is a country built on immigrants. It's a multicultural nation, and in a time where the world is becoming more protectionist and the world is becoming more closed, I'm proud on our 150th anniversary to be Canadian, to be truly international, to be an open country, to be one that welcomes immigrants, welcomes the most vulnerable in the world, and succeeds in the world in business. And I got that message from a lot of my other entrepreneurial colleagues. It was great to feel the energy here.
And
And if we could just, if I could figure out how to bottle that up, Jim, and sell that, I wouldn't have to compete anywhere ever again.
And you are a great speaker.
Thank you.